Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Walker Stadium in beautiful southeast Portland as we get ready to bring you this coverage of a first-round matchup in the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union State Baseball State Championships. It's a 6A matchup between your Roseburg Indians, the fourth-place team out of the Southwest Conference, coming in at 14-12 on the season after finishing 10-8 in conference play. They'll be taking on the Central Catholic Rams out of the Mount Hood Conference, 17-9 on the season. They go 9-5 in the Mount Hood Conference, finishing in fourth place as well, but finishing with a number 9 power ranking in the OSAA power rankings, earning a home playoff game here in the first round. Roseburg finishing at number 24 out of the Southwest Conference. It's a familiar matchup. We've seen this team through the years. This is the third time they'll meet in the playoffs since 2011, and it is a rematch from a game that was played early on the schedule last year. Looking forward to today's matchup. It's win or go home, and the Roseburg Indians are looking to head home today with a bit of a pep in their step after picking up a road victory in the first round of the state playoffs. It's great to be with you here on this Monday afternoon. I'm Joey Kieran here at Walker Stadium, home of the Portland Pickles, one of the summer collegiate baseball team that plays here in the Portland area at Walker Stadium. Boy, great setting for some baseball, and we've got some great weather to get this one in here today. Looking forward to it. We'll be talking plenty here throughout the Roseburg Disposal pregame show about today's matchup, as well as what else is going on for Roseburg High School as we're starting to wrap up the school year as well as the spring sports season. This is the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run of the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Want to remind everybody, today's broadcast is streaming with video online at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel. It's presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. You can search 1490 The Score on YouTube and find us there. That way you can maybe watch it on your big screen TV at home if you're doing that. And you can follow the game with us there on our YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button to make sure you follow Roseburg High Sports throughout the rest of this school year and into the summer when we'll be broadcasting Doc Stewart's American Legion Baseball here on The Score. We're going to go ahead and take a quick 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we're going to get an opportunity to catch up with head coach Troy Thompson as Roseburg gets ready to take on the Central Catholic Rams in the first round of the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 6A Baseball State Championships. This is Roseburg Indian Sports on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
When the first Cascade branch opened in 1948, things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Back with more of our Roseburg Disposal pregame show here on The Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM, streaming with video online at 541radio.com. Getting ready for the first round of the 6A state baseball playoffs on the road in Portland for the Roseburg Indians. And today they take on Central Catholic. Joining us is Coach Troy Thompson. Coach, congratulations for the team once again, making it to this point. I know this is always the goal, is to be at this point in the season playing in a playoff game. How do you feel like the team has felt about just kind of the way that the season has gone? I know the last two at Medford didn't go quite the way you wanted, but you've had a week to kind of put that in the rearview mirror. How's the team been doing over this last week since we last saw you?
Well, that's just it. It's time to put it all in the rearview mirror. It doesn't matter what you've done up to this point. When it comes time for this week and playoff week, it's, the old cliche, it's a new season, in Oregon high school baseball, with it being a single elimination tournament. It really doesn't matter what numbers you had, previous to this or coming into the game or throughout your season. What matters is what happens today. So we're kind of taking that view of it here today. And hopefully after, a long trip up from Roseburg up here to Central Catholic here in the Portland area to get our game in today. So, yeah, we had a good week of practice. We had a day off and that felt good. Got some rest after a long week last week with 5 games, and then finishing there at Medford. Not quite how we wanted to finish, but certainly played a quality team down there and felt pretty good about a couple aspects of our performance down there. Certainly on the mound again, giving us a chance to win, but unfortunately our offense didn't come through, given those chances we had. So put that behind us. Like I said, had a good week of practice and back to it, and find ourselves here today ready to take on another quality team here, like you would expect here in the playoffs up in Central Catholic.
These bus rides up north, it's not the first time that you've been a part of that. Not the first time I've traveled with you guys this new direction, but you guys always like to try and stop that midway stop there, Western Oregon. Sounds like you guys were able to get that in here again today. What kind of does that provide the team to just, I know it makes a bit of a long day because you guys leave early, but it's a nice place to stretch out the legs.
It is. We've gone with that the last, long time, going about 20 years or so. And we're fortunate we get the opportunity to do that. Head coach there is Kellen Walker, of course, an old Roseburg Indian himself, back in the early 2000s. So we still have a good connection there. And we're, like I said, fortunate that we're able to do that, and gives us the chance to get out and get some swings in and run around a little bit and play some baseball there before we get back on and make the trip back up into the Portland area here like we did today. But we enjoy that part of it, and gives us time off the vans or the bus, and like I said, some time to run around and get some swings. So another good day there today. Good stop there for us, and always a pleasure and always a good thing to reconnect with, like I said, Coach Walker up there at Western Oregon.
You guys will be, looking to try and, I guess the guys got to find the focus, the drive here at the first round of the state playoffs. What was kind of the pregame message that these guys are trying to get them kind of locked in and ready to go?
Well, that's just it. You gotta play well for your playoff game. And that's all that you're kind of promised. You have a first round game, and if you're fortunate enough to win, you get another one on Wednesday, and you can't look ahead to that or look forward to anything, because it doesn't matter if it doesn't happen today. So like I said, the format that is our playoff system makes it a one-game season, and that's kind of how we're viewing it here today. And once again, it's going to be the same formula for us, with a pitching performance that will give us a chance and play solid defense behind him. here on a nice field here at Walker Stadium and a natural field here, so a chance to play on the dirt and, be once again opportunistic in our offensive chances, and hopefully those things come through with us today or for us today. And if that happens, then that would be a great win and a great chance to move forward, at least on to Wednesday, and then you get to focus on somebody else on that day. So your focus and our focus toward the team and what we've talked about is be here today and be prepared to play 7, 8, 9, however many innings it's going to take, and hopefully leave here with the opportunity to practice again tomorrow.
Today you guys take on Central Catholic out of the Mount Hood Conference. Look like, based on those power rankings, look like a strong conference this year. What things have you guys learned about Central Catholic we might see today?
Well, that's just it. Quality league for them, the top end of their league anyway. For the Mount Hood, I believe, and another good season by Central Catholic. We saw them last year in our preseason schedule down at Roseburg in a good ball game down there. Was the last time we saw them, and saw them in the playoffs. I think it's been a few years ago now at the University of Portland in the second round, I believe. So we have seen them through the years, but obviously a different group for them this year, just like it is for us. But they're always highly talented and skilled, and usually have a guy on the mound that commands the zone and is going to be around the zone. So, it doesn't change what we have to do or need to come out and be able to do well today. But a quality opponent. There's a reason they're where they're at in their league and in the rankings. So we get the opportunity to come up here and see them today, and hopefully after 7 innings, we'll be able to talk about what's next for us moving forward as far as playing another game this week. That would be a great thing for us.
All right, Coach. Look forward to it here today. Thanks so much for the time in the pregame.
Thanks, Joey.
And that is head coach Troy Thompson. We'll take our final 2-minute break here in the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. We'll come back with your starting lineups and the first pitch of today's ball game here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Head coach of the Rams, Justin.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors, at home or on the road, at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Roseburg senior Brooks Avery will lead things off for the Indians as we get ready for the top of the first inning. Avery, the shortstop, followed by Paxton Burke, the catcher, and center fielder Dane St. Clair. Your starting five to begin, your starting three in the lineup for Roseburg as we get this one underway. The first pitch is in from Spencer Marin on the mound, a right-hander missing low for ball one as we get this one underway. Welcome in, everybody, to this OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 6A Baseball State Championship first round matchup Pitch in the dirt for a 2-0 count here to start for Brooks Avery, the shortstop. Again, Burke, the catcher, batting second. St. Clair, the center fielder, will bat third. Jake Johnson, the pitcher, will bat cleanup for Roseburg, followed by Brevin Harrison in right field. Camden Hartzell, the first baseman, will bat sixth, followed by Cash Richardson, the third baseman, batting seventh. There's a strike called on the inside corner against Avery, a 2-1 count from Marin. Caden Austin, the second baseman, batting eighth, and Heath King in left field will round out the starting nine for head coach Troy Thompson in his 22nd year leading this Roseburg team. There's a stoppage in play here. I was trying to pick up what was being told to the players out there on the field by home plate umpire Chris Hansen, who was directing things for us behind the plate today. 2-1 delivery, fouled off by Avery for a 2-2 count. Spencer Marin on the mound, right-hander, getting the first game in the postseason for this Central Catholic Rams team that is a big-time returning team from last year. We'll talk more about that, but Marin, a senior right-hander, getting the ball to start out the postseason for the Rams out of the Mount Hood Conference. A 2-2 pitch. High for ball three. Sun has been kind of playing hide and seek behind the clouds throughout this afternoon, and it's been a comfortable day, but not necessarily overly warm, especially when the clouds cover up the sun. 3-2 pitch, fouled off the hands, back to the netting behind home here at Walker Stadium, and the count stays full for Avery. Here in the Portland metropolitan area, we are looking at 67 degrees here at first pitch. 3-2 count with nobody on to the leadoff man, Brooks Avery, out of the windup for Marin. Missing high for ball four, and Roseburg will get a man on to lead off things in the first inning against Central Catholic. Brings up Paxton Burke, Roseburg's starting catcher. With Brooks Avery on at first base, he is a threat to run every time he gets on. We'll see how they look to try and attack things here early on. Test out the arm of catcher Gavin Dunn behind the plate, the battery mate for Marin. See what Marin does on the mound to try and keep the runner from going. He delivers quick but misses high for ball one against Burke. Burke, the left-handed hitting catcher. Well, he's the switch-hitting catcher, and he will bat left-handed against the right-handed thrower. Shows a bunt with a 1-0 count. Pickoff throw to first. Slide back in. Boy, they almost got Avery over there, but the first baseman, Wyatt Brown, doesn't hang on to the baseball. It goes out of his glove. Avery, maybe used to the turf back at home at Champion Car Wash Field. He slides through the actual dirt here at Walker Stadium, and it kind of slowed him down trying to get back to the bag. Another pickoff throw, and Avery back in safely this time, without a doubt. We'll get you the defensive alignment for Central Catholic. The Rams wearing the white uniforms here today. Roseburg in the black, showing a bunt, swinging through for strike one for Burke. Blacktop, the gray trousers, orange numbers on the front and the back for Roseburg. On the other side, it is the white home jerseys, white tops, white trousers, with the gold numbers on the back of the jerseys for the Rams. Out of the Mount Hood Conference, finishing the conference season 9-5 and a tie for third, but getting the fourth seed as a bunt push third base side, scooped up, throw to first in time by a hair to get Burke at first, and there is one away. Up to second base goes Brooks Avery on the sac bunt by Burke. Coming in was third baseman Aiden Rice to make the play. Roseburg will have a man in scoring position here in the first inning with one away, and it'll bring up another lefty. Dane St. Clair will get a chance to bat. Looking to try and bring in the first run of the ball game, see if Roseburg can build some momentum early on. Taking high and away, a 1-0 count for St. Clair. Behind the dish, it's Gavin Dunn catching, Wyatt Brown at first, Cam Ames at second. On the left side of the diamond, it's Aiden Rice at third and Ryan Davis at short. Get you the outfield as a pickoff throw to second base. Goes off the glove. Avery won't have a chance to try and run. He was slow to get up, and the ball didn't trickle far enough away. Ames tracking it down. 1-0 count at the plate for St. Clair. In the outfield, Lance McKee, Cade Galen, and Andrew Krall are your starting outfielders for the Rams. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball for strike one to St. Clair. Central Catholic finishing tied with Clackamas, but the Cavaliers got the 3 seed out of the Mount Hood Conference despite being number 21 in the power rankings. Ground ball hit right side. That'll move the runner up. It's taken by the first baseman. Brown will step on the cushion. Unassisted for the first baseman. 2 down. Up the third base goes Avery. And it'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Jake Johnson. Roseburg starting pitcher looking to help his own cause with 2 away here in the first.
Number 17, Jake Johnson.
A lead early would definitely behoove Roseburg if they can find a way to make it happen. Johnson gets underneath one, skies it. It's not going to be deep. It's just into the outfield grass. The shortstop, Davis, out to make the catch. And Roseburg will leave a man stranded at third here in the first inning. No runs, no hits, there were no errors, and 1 man left on. A leadoff walk goes for nothing as Roseburg still scoreless after a half inning of play. We'll go to the bottom of the first. We'll introduce you to the starting lineup for the Rams when we come back after this 1-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
The Central Catholic Rams coming up to bat here in the bottom of the first. Head coach Justin Barkas, in his 5th year, puts together a starting lineup that'll have second baseman Cam Ames leading things off, followed by Aiden Rice, the third baseman. Cade Galen, the center fielder, will bat third. Wyatt Brown, the first baseman, batting in the cleanup spot, hitting 5th, and starting in right field, Andrew Krall. Gavin Dunn, the catcher, will bat 6th, followed by Lance McKee, the left fielder. Tukey Captour is the DH. He bats in the 8th spot for starting pitcher Spencer Marin. And the shortstop Ryan Davis will round out the starting 9 for the Rams. On the mound for Roseburg, it's going to be Jake Johnson, the right-hander, a junior, making his 11th start of the season. He's pitched 59 innings. He's got a 5-4 record, 52 strikeouts, 23 walks, and a 2.14 ERA. They'll get the baseball to start out the postseason for Roseburg. Indians, they were the 4th-place team out of the Southwest Conference, had a chance to finish in first place on the final day of the regular season, and things started out in their favor except for the result of their first game. They lose 2 games at North Medford, 3-1 and 6-4. If Roseburg had swept there, they had a chance after the first game of the doubleheaders on that Saturday in Southwest Conference play. Things were falling their direction, but Roseburg just couldn't pull out the win in the opener against North Medford, so that eliminated the chance at a Southwest Conference title, and then they lost Game 2 to drop into 4th place. But it was pretty tight in the Southwest Conference among the top 4 teams in the league standings this year. Roseburg finishing just 2 games out of first place behind Grants Pass, who wins the league title this year. Cam Ames will lead things off. First pitch swinging. He belts one right side out of play here at Walker Stadium. And that'll be strike 1 as we begin the bottom of the first. Walker Stadium, mentioned home of the Portland Pickles, a collegiate baseball summer team. Looking good here as we wrap up the late spring. A breaking ball inside corner, backhanded at third by Richardson. Long throw across the diamond, gets it there in time. Cash Richardson makes the out as Cam Ames will ground out to start things here in the first. 1 away, big out there for Roseburg. Cam Ames, a senior for this Central Catholic club, and I'm sure he's got some college aspirations. He is definitely an arm on the mound, hitting the high 80s, but not getting the start on the mound here today. starting at second base. He is the first out, though, and the first pitch strike to Aiden Rice. Rice, just a junior, already committed to the University of Portland, was committed last year as a sophomore. As a ground ball, third base side, it's Richardson getting a lot of early action. Easy toss across the diamond, and Cash will make another put out, backing up Jake Johnson on the mound. Quick 2 outs here in the first inning for the Rams, and it'll bring up the 3-hitter Cade Galen, the center fielder. Behind the plate, Paxton Burke catching for Roseburg. Camden Hartzell at first. Caden Austin at second. Left side of the diamond, Cash Richardson at third. Brooks Avery at short. And in the outfield from left to right, Heath King, Dane St. Clair, and Brevin Harrison. Your starting defense for Roseburg in this playoff matchup. 0-1 count for Galen after a called strike on a breaking ball. Johnson will miss low outside for a 1-1 count. Galen bats left-handed. 1-1 pitch, pulls towards right field. That's going to drop in for a base knock. Our first hit of the day. Didn't hit it very hard, but gets it enough to get it into the outfield grass, dropping in front of Brevin Hartzell, who was playing deep towards right field. And a 2-out single for Central Catholic will get a man on base. It's not a very deep park, at least in the corners. 309 down the left field line. I assume it's about the same down the right field side. Center field looks like it plays big. As a breaking ball hits the outside corner to the big right-hander Wyatt Brown. But saw a couple of balls during BP go out of play. Out of the stadium, over the fence. It's a short fence in left and right field as well, so don't have to get it up to carry. As a ball line drive through the left side. Back-to-back 2-out singles for the heart of the lineup here for the Rams. Runners at first and second for Central Catholic, but 2 down. Jake Johnson needing 1 more out to finish things here in the first. Sun goes back behind some darker clouds, cools things off and shades our eyes just a little bit. Andrew Krall, the right fielder, batting fifth, will stand in with runners at first and second and 2 away. Ground ball, slow roller left side, picked up by Richardson. He tosses to first, and he will make all 3 putouts here in the first inning for Roseburg. 2 runners left stranded on for Central Catholic. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and the 2 men left on base. We're still scoreless through 1 inning of play. It's the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 6A Baseball State Championship Playoffs. Go to the top of the second here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
As the title sponsor of the OSAA State Championships, On Point does everything it can to help our team and community get ahead. On Point delivers the local banking and lending its members need to reach their goals and make more possible. Visit On Point at onpointcu.com. On Point, federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity. Top of the second, Joey Keyran here with you in Portland at Walker Stadium. On the mound, Spencer Marin will miss outside for ball 1 to the leadoff man, Brevin Harrison. He starts things here in the second inning for Roseburg. The 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up. Pitch hits the bottom of the zone for strike 1 to Harrison. Roseburg getting a man on base and putting a ball in play for every batter in the first inning after a leadoff walk. Off the hands for Harrison, softly hit third base side, caught by Rice on the infield dirt for the first out. Well, the Roseburg softball team is at home in the first round of the state playoffs here today. They're looking to advance. They got started a little earlier than we did. Unfortunately, they're in the top of the 5th inning and down 4-1 against Tigard in that playoff matchup. So looking for a comeback there for the Roseburg softball team. We'll try to keep you updated. First pitch to Camden Hartzell, sails in high for ball 1 as Spencer Marin misses the mark. In the Southwest Conference today, you've got Roseburg here against Central Catholic. Home games, you've got Grants Pass hosting Tigard and North Medford hosting Clackamas. Those are the home matchups in the Southwest Conference. It's a swing and a miss. Strike 1 for Hartzell. Then you've got Sheldon at Jesuit, and Willamette's on the road against McMinnville. Trying to pass along any score updates we get on those. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 for Hartzell. What I do know right now is that Clackamas has taken an early lead against North Medford in that matchup down at Jim Maccabee Field. Swing and a miss again. That is 3 straight. Hartzell cannot connect. He goes down. First strikeout victim for Spencer Marin, 2 down. And it brings up Cash Richardson, who had a big first inning defensively. And now he looks to try and continue it at the plate. After 2 innings at Jim Maccabee Field, Clackamas leads North Medford 2-1 in that one. That is a Mount Hood opponent against a Southwest Conference opponent, much like our matchup here. First pitch swinging for Richardson, fouled back for strike 1. Nobody on, 2 away. Spencer Marin looking to retire 6 straight after giving up a leadoff walk to start out the ball game. Richardson with a slightly open stance, waits on the 0-1. He takes high for a 1-1 count. Out on the mound, Marin losing his his hat. A very common issue, it seems, with many ball players these days. 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed by Richardson, and Marin seems to be starting to settle in on the mound for the Rams. A 1-2 count. With 2 outs and nobody on, top of the second, in a scoreless ball game here at Walker Stadium in Portland. Wind and fire for Marin. Gets another swing and a miss to set down the Indians in order here in the second. So after 1.5 innings, Roseburg unable to get anything going in the second. A couple of strikeouts. Spencer Marin has Roseburg hitless through 2. We'll go to the bottom of the second inning. It's Central Catholic coming up with the 6, 7, and 8 hitters when we return on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Bottom of the second inning, Dunn, McKee, and Captour are your 3 hitters coming up for the Rams. Roseburg baseball here on the score this season has been brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. Live video coverage here from Portland is brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. We appreciate their sponsorship of our video stream for another season of Roseburg sports here on the score. First pitch fouled away, right side for Gavin Dunn, the catcher. This Central Catholic team, kind of interesting, has the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, slices in for a strike. Roseburg saw him in the second game of the season last year. The Indians got a 2-1 win over Central Catholic at home a year ago. is reaching to protect. That ball in the air, going to carry out of play down the right side for Dunn. Roseburg has only 2 players returning from that game last year against Central Catholic. Only 2 guys back to play this year that were used in that game. As a check swing foul ball, stays an 0-2 count. As for Central Catholic, they used 12 players total in that game at Roseburg. 11 of them are still on the roster here today. It was a young team a year ago, and they are still somewhat young, but have gotten a little bit older with a few more seniors. And another ball fouled off. The battle continues. 0-2 count for the first hitter of this inning. Gavin Dunn has protected the plate and kept himself alive. Jake Johnson will wind and fire. The 0-2, ground ball up the middle. A pickup by Avery. Throw to first. One hops it there in time for the out. One away. Avery got that one in the palm of his glove up the middle. It took a nice hop up the middle behind the bag for him, and then was able to make a sidearm throw accurately to first. He didn't get it there in the air, but it one hops right into the glove for Camden Hartzell to complete the putout. One away on a nice play up the middle by Brooks Avery. Lance McKee will bat. Lefty takes high for ball 1. So this is a Central Catholic team that bit more experienced than they were a year ago when Roseburg faced them. As the ball belted right side, well struck on the run over the head of Brevin Harrison. It's going to carry all the way to the wall. McKee heading into second. He'll be in with a stand-up double to put a man in scoring position for the Rams for a second consecutive inning. Boy, he got around on that pitch and belted it on a rope over the head of Brevin Harrison out in right field. Took a couple of hops out to the wall. And Harrison tracking it down at the warning track. Gets it back in quickly. But McKee will make his way out to second base. 1 on, 1 out. It'll be Tukey Captour, the DH, batting for starting pitcher Spencer Marin. Hits here in the 8th spot with an RBI opportunity. Takes a breaking ball inside. That one almost made its way back to the strike zone, just missing. One out with a man at second. Johnson works out of the stretch, fires, hits the outside corner. Watching it go by, Captour has a 1-1 count. Jake doing a nice job of quickly delivering to the plate, not allowing the runner at second to get much of a break. Pitch high and away, though, missing a 2-1 count. Central Catholic, after going 17-9 on the season, looking to advance past the first round for the first time since before the pandemic. It's a 2-1 pitch. Swing. That ball, I thought maybe at first it might have been fouled away, but I think it just came into the glove a little hard there for Paxton Burke behind the plate. A 2-2 count. Jake looking for a strikeout here would be big with a man in scoring position. He'll miss low and outside. The Rams have lost in the first round of the playoffs at home each of the last 2 seasons, and it's been against a Southwest Conference team in both occasions. The Sheldon Irish have knocked Central Catholic out of the playoffs in the first round of both of the last years. Last year was an 11-5 loss at home against Sheldon. Jake with a 3-2 pitch here with a man at second. Gets that ball popped up back behind us here at Walker Stadium. Last time that Central Catholic won in the first round was back in 2019. Full count pitch once again to Tukey Captour. Swing and a miss, and there is a big strikeout for Jake. Gets his first punch out of the game, and it will ease some of the pressure a little bit here with 2 down, and the 9-hitter Ryan Davis stepping up to bat. Strikeouts this season for Roseburg pitchers brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. When disaster strikes, it's good to have someone you can trust on your side. Call Chris with State Farm at 541-672-3301 or visit chrisinsures.com for a free quote today. Line drive out to left field. Heath King will come up with it. They are going to throw that one in. It's cut off by Richardson. He might have had a chance to get that ball to the plate for a play, but not going to make the throw. It would have been tough if the ball took him the wrong direction. Would have been a long spin back to throw to the plate. And so he hangs on to it, keeps Ryan Davis to just an RBI single. And don't allow him to take an extra base on the throw in. So with 2 outs here in the second, Central Catholic will pull ahead 1-0 over Roseburg. That is now 2 hits here in the second inning. The Rams with 4 hits total in this one. Top of the order, Cam Ames will bat. He takes outside for ball 1. So Roseburg will have to get some offense going. We knew that was going to be the case no matter what. Can't win a game in a scoreless tie. The offense has definitely been a struggle throughout the years for the Indians. They trail 1-0 though. Johnson will try to keep it close as he hits a breaking ball on the outside corner. Ames watches it go by for strike 1. 1-1 count here, bottom of the second. A 1-0 lead now for Central Catholic. After the 2-out single by Davis, pickoff throw to first will not be in time. Sun breaks through. Shadows are getting casted out from center field. The trees behind the fence giving us some shadows from time to time out in deep center field and creeping into left and right field as well. As a strike called, Ames finds himself down 1-2 in the at-bat. His second at-bat of the game. The leadoff man for the Rams, grounded out to third his first time up. Johnson looking for the final out here in the second. Runner going, that ball lifted to left field. Heath King charging in will make the catch to retire the side. That'll finish off Central Catholic here in the second, but the Rams get on the board. 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors, and 1 man left on base. It is 1-0. Central Catholic in front of Roseburg as we go to the top of the third here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The first Cascade branch opened in 1948. Things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Leading out for Roseburg, top of the third inning, second baseman number 1, Caden Austin.
Go to the top of the third. It'll be Caden Austin, Heath King, and Brooks Avery due up for the Tribe against Spencer Marin, who now has to protect a 1-0 lead. He gets the first pitch in for strike 1. Today's game sponsored by Dr. Lance and Randall, Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or call him at 541-378-6694. Outside corner called strike 2. Austin so far has had the bat on his shoulder. 8-9-1 hitters coming up here for the Tribe. Out of the windup for Marin. Strike 3. He has found his groove. He has now struck out 3 in a row. Austin goes down looking, never took the bat off his shoulder. 1 away. Heath King will try to turn some things around here. Heath bats from the left side of the plate.
Number 3, Heath King.
And he will look to try and get something started, the 9-hitter. Squares to bunt, fouls it off. That'll be strike 1 for King. Good crowd showing up here, filling up the grandstands at Walker Stadium. Not a bad seat in the house out here. They've got picnic tables out around the perimeter, outside the home run fence. Down either side, there's some good grassy knoll sitting out that direction, but the fans are out back behind either the first or third base side, filling things in here for us on this playoff day. An 0-1 pitch. King takes a high and away, 1-1 count. Roseburg, 6-2 in first-round games since 2013. Pitch high, 2 balls and a strike. The Indians last year able to get out of the first round. Made it all the way to the quarterfinals where they lost to North Medford as a swing and a miss by Heath King. Gives them a 2-2 count. Roseburg was able to play at home in their first and second round games last year. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and man, Spencer Marin has started to really fire it in. Eluding these Roseburg bats so far, 2 away. Top of the order, Brooks Avery will try to get something started. So far, Roseburg, after a leadoff walk in the first inning to Brooks Avery, Spencer Marin has now retired 8 straight batters. And 4 in a row with strikeouts. He works out of the windup. Avery will get the barrel on the ball just a bit. Sends it up and over the backstop for strike 1. Right now, the American flag out in left field, not blowing around, but it's been breezy at times here in Portland today. Overall, real nice day for baseball, though, and the fans getting entertained in a playoff matchup. As Avery swings through, loses his balance, stumbles around, has himself an 0-2 count. Spencer Marin maybe shook off some early nerves after that leadoff walk in the first inning. Now has found his groove, looking for his 5th consecutive strikeout. The 0-2 pitch gets it. Swing and a miss by Avery to finish off the frame. Roseburg goes down in order here in the third once again. That is 5 straight strikeouts for Spencer Marin. And Roseburg finds himself down 1-0 going to the bottom of the third inning here on 541radio.com. And on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Roseburg Sports here on the score, brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Deer style, efficiency, and performance. Glad we're on the same team this season and every season. Let's keep huddling up and going for it. Toyota, let's go places. Well, we are headed to the bottom of the third inning. A 1-0 lead for Central Catholic. The Rams have been putting the ball in play, whereas Roseburg so far struggling to figure out Spencer Marin in this one. Jake Johnson delivers a pitch. It is belted towards center as Dane St. Clair will run that one down off the barrel of Aiden Rice. There he is, 1 away. And right now, Central Catholic has been putting some good swings on the pitches from Jake Johnson. Cade Galen, the center fielder, is 1 for 1. He had the first hit of the ball game, a single to right field, got left stranded at second base in the first inning. First pitch, he belts that one high in the air. He wanted to get every bit of that pitch, but he will send it out of play over the right field netting. Down that first base right field side into the grass back behind the Roseburg dugout. Oh, 1 count with 1 away. High and away on the pitch to the lefty for Jake Johnson. Central Catholic played against Tualatin last Wednesday, so they've had just a few days off. They won that one 11-3 as another ball fouled away by Galen. He's got a 1-2 count. That was an endowment game on Wednesday at Tualatin for Central Catholic. Roseburg had the entire week off. They did not have a game scheduled last week. There's a swing and a miss. That ball was fouled away. I thought that was a swing and a miss. Not a very deep backstop here at Walker Stadium. So pass balls really got to get away. And it's netting back there, so I don't know how that plays with balls getting by. 2-strike pitch, misses outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Galen. Cade Galen, the 3-hitter. He's 1 for 1 in the game. Looking for his second hit. Takes high and has himself a full count. Jake has had to throw a number of pitches here early on. He's gone deep into counts on a couple of guys and had a couple really battle and foul off a number of pitches. His 3-2 pitch fouled back into the net. And battle will continue here for Galen. 1 away, nobody on base. Bottom of the third, a 1-0 lead for Central Catholic here in this first round playoff matchup. Breaking ball misses just inside. And Galen will draw the walk. That is the first of the game for Jake Johnson. And during the regular season, it was pretty much 2 strikeouts to every walk issued throughout the year. He gives up his first walk there. He only has the 1 strikeout so far. Man on at first with 1 away. It'll be first baseman Wyatt Brown, who singled to left his first time up. Pitch high. Runner at first deked as if he was going to go. And Brown takes high for the ball 1. Looking quickly to come up throwing was Paxton Burke, but he lost a handle on the baseball. Didn't get a chance to throw it even down to first to try and back pick. The 1-0 pitch, a little high to the big right-handed hitting first baseman. Brown has a good frame on him, lengthy. Out at first base, Galen. A strike called on the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike here to Wyatt Brown. 1 away here in the bottom of the third. A 1-0 lead for Central Catholic. Jake Johnson checking first over the shoulder. Delivers a breaking ball. Hit towards center on the run. St. Clair makes the catch. And back to first will go Galen. 2 down. Central Catholic has really put some good swings on a couple of balls here, but they haven't been able to land one around St. Clair. Dane patrolling center field and doing a good job collecting those baseballs. 4 outs, 2 away, and it'll be Andrew Kroll, the right fielder, grounded out to third his first time up. Runner going, the ball fouled away. Actually, that could be playable down the right field side. No, it'll get over the netting. That ball will just get out of play. I thought it was for sure getting out of play. I thought it was more back behind us there, but makes its way out down the right field side. Out of the Mount Hood Conference in the postseason. We'll take a look at that 0-1 pitch. Ground ball third base side. Picked up by Richardson. Throw across the diamond. Won't get it there in time. And it pulls Hartzell off the bag. And we're going to give it a base hit. So Andrew Kroll will have his first hit. Tough play there at third base for Richardson. Galen makes his way to second. Runners at first and second. 2 down.
Catcher number 10, Gavin Dunn.
And that'll bring up Gavin Dunn. The Rams have put the pressure on in every inning. They've been able to get a man into scoring position against Jake. They capitalized with a 2-out hit in the second. Ball gets away. Throw down to third. Tag out at third base. Galen tried to take third on a ball in the dirt. Burke came up and fired an absolute strike to Richardson, who applies the tag, hangs on to the baseball, and that'll get Roseburg out of things here in the third inning. Central Catholic, a base running out, and they will not capitalize here in the third inning. No runs on one hit, no errors, and one man left on base. We'll go to the top of the fourth inning, 1-0. It's Central Catholic in front of Roseburg here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Tie one so far. Roseburg's played in a lot of those throughout this season. Unfortunately, they've been on the wrong end of a number of them. But a 1-0 lead for Central Catholic, and on the mound dealing Spencer Marin. He is retired at 9 straight and struck out 5 consecutive. He'll face Burke, St. Clair, and Johnson here in the fourth. First pitch as the sun starts to turn up the brightness. And the first pitch bounces in for a 1-0 count to start for Paxton Burke, who laid down a sac bunt his last time up. Today's ball game brought to you by Flyway Travel. Contact the travel experts at Travel Leader Flyway Travel. Make sure you have an agent in your corner. Give them a call at 672-5701. Ball fouled away by Burke. 1-1 count. Out of the Mount Hood Conference, North Medford and Clackamas squaring off down at Jim McAbee Field. We told you about that one earlier. Another Southwest Conference and Mount Hood Conference matchup is a ball. Another one fouled away back behind us by Burke. He's got a 1-2 count. Grant is hosting Sandy, PIL and Mount Hood Conference there. 1-2 count. Sun really kicking up the brightness. Burke swings through. That is 6 straight for Spencer Marin. 1 away. It'll bring up Dane St. Clair, who grounded out to the first baseman back in the first inning.
Number 13, Dane St. Clair.
St. Clair, back-to-back lefties for Roseburg, will stand in, looking to try and get something going. Roseburg without a hit so far. Takes a strike on a check swing. Barlow is facing Lake Ridge at home here today. That is a rematch of the 2001 state championship battle won by Lake Ridge. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball inside to the lefty, and St. Clair down 0-2. Also, you've got Westview and Nelson squaring off today as well. Those are your playoff matchups out of the Mount Hood Conference. And Clackamas is winning against North Medford as a pitch just off the edge of the outside corner for Spencer Marin. Clackamas leading 3-1 after 4 innings of play down at Jim McAbee Field in Medford. 1-2 count for St. Clair. Swings and misses. And man, oh man, is Spencer Marin looking good. That is 7 straight strikeouts for the right-hander. He will face Jake Johnson, who flew out to the shortstop, ending a scoring threat in the first inning for Roseburg. A leadoff walk, the only base runner Roseburg has had in this ballgame. Jake trying to help his own cause here, give him something to work with. And when he heads back out on the mound, he'll swing past a breaking ball for strike 1. Marin is finding the potion to get a lot of swings and misses out of Roseburg right now. There's a ground ball foul by Johnson, 0-2 count. Seems as if it's been a heavy dose of some breaking balls out there. Jake with the 0-2 count, looking to try and protect the strike zone. Marin will work out of his windup, kicks and fires in. Jake puts one in the air out towards center field. Very playable out there for Galen. He camps underneath it, makes the catch. And another 1-2-3 inning for Spencer Marin. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Roseburg is through 4 innings without a hit here in the first round of the state playoffs against Central Catholic. Bottom of the 4th coming up, a 1-0 lead for Central Catholic over Roseburg on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Bottom of the 4th inning, today's ball game brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces. Well, the OSAA is going digital with Hometown Ticketing, the official ticketing partner of the OSAA. Access tickets for all first round through state championship finals via the OSAA website or OSAA Live app. Order your tickets in advance and present your digital ticket at the gate. Convenient, paperless, and easy to use. Visit osaa.org/tickets. Once again, the sun will break its way through the clouds. Jake Johnson, first pitch, breaking ball is in for a strike. Up to bat will be Gavin Dunn, the catcher, leading things off for a second time in the ball game. He pops one up foul. It will get out of play back behind home. Lands in the grandstands for strike 2. Gavin Dunn grounded out to short his first time up. It was a play back behind second on a nice play by Brooks Avery. Fouls off another one. So he's looking to get on base for the first time. And sounded like that might have been somebody's car that took a little bit of damage there on that foul ball. 0-2 pitch from Johnson. Breaking ball misses inside. So far, 5 hits in the ball game for Central Catholic, but just the 1 run to account for it. A 1-2 delivery from Johnson. Strike 3 called, gets it on the low outside corner. And that will set down Dunn. Second strikeout in the ballgame for Jake. All strikeouts by Roseburg pitchers are brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. It's good to have an agent in your corner when disaster strikes, so visit chrisinsures.com for a free quote today. Ground ball right side for the lefty, picked up by Caden Austin, and that is back-to-back putouts for the Indians. That's Lance McKee. Grounds out. He had the double and scored the only run of the ball game. And his first at-bat came around to score on a ground ball by a single by Ryan Davis out to left field. So 2 down. It'll bring up Tukey Captour. He struck out swinging back in the second. Jake trying to settle in. He gets a first pitch strike and seems to be doing so. The 0-1 swung on and missed by Captour for strike 2. 0-2 count for Johnson, trying to make it a 1-2-3 frame here in the fourth. Missing just a bit high. Roseburg softball, we'll see if we can get an update on their score down there. Taking on Tigard at home. They were down, looking to come back late in that one. Try and stay alive in their first-round playoff matchup. That pitch is low, 2-2 count for Captur. Roseburg boys lacrosse is going to be on the road, heading north to Wilsonville on Wednesday for a second-round playoff matchup in the Cascade Cup. In boys lacrosse, they take on the top seed, though, in Wilsonville Wednesday. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball low and outside. Ends up there. Full count now for Johnson facing Captur. A 1-0 lead for Central Catholic. Trying to keep it there. That ball fouled back. Roseburg Track and Field wrapping up their season over the weekend at the state championship meet in Eugene. Timothy Johnson setting a school record in the 3,000-meter race. Also finished 7th in the 1,500 to medal and finish on the podium. That ball popped up, out of play back behind home. And there's a 3-2 count still for Tukey Capture. Trying to wrap it up here for Jake. His 3-2 delivery once again. Capture tried to call time, didn't get it. He will send one out towards left center. Coming in, making the catch will be St. Clair. Had me fooled for a second. I thought he wasn't going to get to that one in time. Looked like off the bat, Dane might have thought it was a little deeper than it was. Had to race in, gets underneath it, and retires aside. Roseburg gets a 1-2-3 inning defensively against Central Catholic and sends us to the fifth inning with it still just being a one-run ball game. Central Catholic in front, 1-0 on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The first Cascade branch opened in 1948. Things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Top of the fifth inning, Roseburg trying to get something going here in the late half of this playoff matchup at Central Catholic. First pitch, strike one to Brevin Harrison as we welcome you back here to Walker Stadium in Southeast Portland, where the Central Catholic Rams have called home this season. An 0-1 pitch to Harrison. He takes high, a 1-1 count. Roseburg is not out of base runner since the first inning after a leadoff walk to Brooks Avery started the ball game. They have had 12 straight retired. There is the first base hit of the ball game. Thanks for taking that little tidbit away there, Brevin Harrison. A leadoff single back up the middle against Spencer Marin. And Brevin Harrison will have Roseburg's first hit of the day. They'll have their second base runner. That would be the game-tying run now at first base for Roseburg. It'll be Camden Hartzell squaring to bunt. He pops it back to the mound, fielded, throw to first, and a double play. Just like that. Roseburg is got no runners on the base anymore. So there's two down. Unlucky there for Brevin Harrison at first. Tried to race back to the bag as quick as he could, but expecting the sac bunt, he was moving on the pitch. Cash Richardson will take strike one on the first pitch he sees. So Roseburg will have to gather themselves again. Swing and a miss, strike two for Richardson. Richardson struck out back in the second. In fact, Jake Johnson and Brevin Harrison are the only two guys in the lineup so far that have not struck out against Spencer Marin. The 0-2 pitch. Richardson fouls out one back up towards the parking lot. Well, started off with a little positive momentum there for Harrison. Let's see if Richardson can turn it around and get something going with 2 outs. The 0-2 pitch from Marin in the dirt. Good take there by Richardson, not chasing. Roseburg was off for 9 days after their regular season finale against North Medford. Apparently, unfortunately, it seems as if the bats did not find some extra juice somehow in those 9 days. They continue to scrap at the plate. The 2-2. Good take again by Richardson. He's got himself a full count, working his way back from the 0-2 count here against Spencer Marin, who has walked just 1 in this one. He's got a full count pitch coming up with 2 down. Nobody on base. Marin winds and delivers, and he'll get a swing and a miss out of Cash Richardson. That'll finish off things here in the top of the 5th inning. Roseburg, a leadoff single, cannot do anything with it. And they will continue to trail 1-0 against Central Catholic. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Central Catholic leading by a score of 1-0 here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Well, we've got ourselves a little bit of a pitcher's duel going here between Roseburg's Jake Johnson and Central Catholic's Spencer Marin. 1 run allowed between the two so far. Although Marin has been kind of controlling things a little bit better, he's only allowed the 1 hit and didn't allow it until the 5th. Jake Johnson looking to try and finish the game strong. Will miss inside ball 1 against the first batter here in the 5th, Ryan Davis, the 9-hitter. In the lineup card for Coach Justin Barkas and the Central Catholic Rams. 1-0 pitch. Misses low and outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Jake will try to keep this one-run ball game. Gets a ground ball towards short. Scooped up by Avery. Easy toss to first. Hartzell's there to collect it. That'll retire Ryan Davis, who drove in the only run of the ball game so far. He was the hero back in the 2nd. A 2-out single scored the run and put Central Catholic in front, 1-0. And that is where we stand right now. Up to bat will be the top of the order, Cam Ames, who is 0 for 2 in the contest. First pitch to Ames, missing inside ball 1. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg Baseball here on the Score. Ground ball to short, rolls up the arm of Brooks Avery, the usually sure-handed shortstop, misplays one right at him, and that'll put Ames on base for the first time in the ballgame. First error in the game as well. And there's 1 on with 1 out in the heart of the lineup coming up here for the Rams. Not necessarily the best time, as if there is a good time, to have an error to put a man on. With one out, Roseburg will look for a double play opportunity here. Pickoff throw to first, not in time. It is Aiden Rice to bat. He is 0 for 2 in the contest. First pitch is high for ball one. Live video coverage here from Walker Stadium in Portland is sponsored by the Cow Creek Tribe. We also want to say thanks to our sponsor, DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. 1-0 pitch from Johnson. He'll step off again. Over at first base, Cam Ames giving him plenty to think about. Johnson, 1-0 delivery. Breaking ball going to get called for a strike outside corner with the curveball there for Jake. Jake Johnson following in the footsteps of his brother Cody, who was quite the curveball thrower. As a pitch in, throw down to second base, gets away. It tailed away from the second baseman. It goes into center field and going to get 2 bases out of the error. Will be Cam Ames. It'll be a stolen base, then an E2. And Roseburg will have its second error here in the 5th inning. And Central Catholic has a man at third base, a 2-1 count at the plate for Aiden Rice. A chance to try and add another run, a little insurance for the Rams here in the 5th. Only 1 out so far, man at third. That ball just tailed back away the second base side away from Austin, who was setting up on the bag. And he just couldn't get back towards the second base side to get back to that baseball, which just kind of had some natural tail to it on the throw by Paxton Burke. Pitch outside, 3-1 count for Rice. I was wondering if Jake would give him anything to hit, and he misses high for ball 4. They might have been very cautious on that one, looking to be willing to put him on base rather than give him something he could drill. Roseburg will have a chance to try and turn it up the middle. They'll play back with the middle infielders to try and get the double play at second base. Cade Galen, the center fielder, will bat. He is 1 for 1 in the game, a walk and a single. He puts this one in the air. This should be good enough to drive in another run. 2 down is the catch made by St. Clair. Tagging and scoring is Ames. And Central Catholic has a 2-0 lead, which feels pretty big right now here in the 5th. 2 down. Still at first base will be Aiden Rice. He does not move up. And up to bat will be the cleanup man, Wyatt Brown, the first baseman, 1 for 2. Bats with 2 down, the one man at first. Runner going, ball laser out towards center field, but it goes right to Dane St. Clair in center field, and he barely has to move for the final out. One run comes in. 1 run comes in for Central Catholic on no hits. There were 2 errors and 1 man left on base. Roseburg will have to get it going here against Spencer Marin, who's been in control. We go to the top of the 6th on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Leading off for Roseburg, top of the 6th inning, second baseman, number 1.
It'll be Caden Austin to lead things off for Roseburg as we begin the 6th inning here from Walker Stadium. He rolls one through the left side. The shortstop will make the play but won't make a throw. Caden Austin has come up with some timely hits throughout this season. We'll have an infield single on the first pitch from Spencer Marin. The average won't necessarily tell you that he's been a big hitter, but he has come through with some good hits throughout the year at the right opportunity, and he gets a leadoff single for the Indians here in the 6th. Let's see if they can utilize it more than they did in the 5th after a leadoff hit by Brevin Harrison. Pickoff throw, Austin back in safely. Heath King at the plate. He will square to bunt, and he takes a strike. So Roseburg looking to play some small ball once again. Probably the right idea, seeing that their bats have not necessarily had much for them. That is a foul ball called at the plate on the 0-1 pitch. King offered at it, got a piece of it, but it was a foul ball off the glove of the catcher. So it's an 0-2 count here for King. Now he looks to swing away. He's got pop in his bat if he can get around on one. A pickoff throw to first, not in time. The 0-2 pitch swung on and missed, and down goes Heath King. Strikeout number 9 on the day for Spencer Marin. Top of the order, Brooks Avery. Will look to get something going. He's 0 for 1 in the game, a walk and a strikeout.
Number 6, Brooks Avery.
Avery last time up struck out swinging. Takes high and away for ball 1. Well, tough news here for Roseburg fans. The softball team sees their season come to an end with a home loss against Tigard. 4-2 the final score there. Another pickoff throw to first base. Austin back in as the throw gets away from Brown at first, but not enough to allow the runner to try and run. Brooks Avery, a 1-0 count. So the season comes to an end for Roseburg softball. As a pitch high and inside, throw down to second base, not in time. Stolen base for Caden Austin. Caden Austin on the season. That's just his 3rd stolen base of the year. Puts a man in scoring position for Roseburg with 1 out. 2-0 count for Brooks Avery with a man in scoring position. He takes high, a 3-0 count. And Roseburg, this could be their opportunity right here. With 1 away, they've got a man in scoring position. Could be their chance to try and see if they can get back into this one, trailing 2-0. There's ball 4. The game-tying run will be on at first for the Indians. Second walk in the game for Brooks Avery. Just the second walk for Spencer Marin. And here comes the coaching staff for Central Catholic. They're going to have a mound visit here in the 6th. Runners at first and second, 1 away. Roseburg needs to try and get something here. This is the chance. They have had very limited chances against Central Catholic in this ball game. Here it is at the moment. Well, we've got a break in the action. We can tell you that On Point Community Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the OSA State Championship. On Point is Oregon's largest locally headquartered credit union, serving more than 539,000 members. Visit onpointcu.com. On Point, federally insured by NCUA, equal housing opportunity. Well, with Roseburg softball season coming to an end, it's down to Roseburg baseball and Roseburg tennis. Good luck to Cameron Wadman and Addison Roberts. They qualify for state in tennis as a doubles team. Hopefully they can go up there and represent well. There's a first pitch, strike 1 to Paxton Burke. So hopefully maybe Roseburg get a comeback win here and get some tennis action this weekend. Things keep going for the Roseburg Indians. And lacrosse, excuse me. So there's another strike, an 0-2 count. Time called. Coach Tim Sestair wants to talk with Paxton Burke. Burke's body language in the box has not been positive. Not been happy with those strike calls against him. Roseburg boys lacrosse will be playing on Wednesday at Wilsonville in the second round of the Cascade Cup of the lacrosse playoff. Big moment here for Roseburg. 0-2 count against Paxton Burke with runners at first and second. Good speed on the bases. Austin out at second. Avery at first. Burke has good speed as well. Looking to put the ball in play, make something happen. The 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Strikeout number 10 for Spencer Marin, and it's a big one. He gets 2 down. Dane St. Clair will try to get a 2-out rally started here. There is an arm throwing in the bullpen for Roseburg. Hitting the outside corner, strike 1 to the lefty. Brevin Harrison is out there. He's now heading his way back towards the dugout. But he was out there getting loose. The 0-1, St. Clair swings through it for strike 2. Roseburg's best scoring opportunity coming right here. At least their best scoring opportunity since the first inning. 0-2 count. Time called. St. Clair having to battle from behind as Spencer Marin he's been ahead in, it seems like, almost every at-bat. He's got the 0-2 count. Swinging him, foul tip into the glove for strike 3. Roseburg can't capitalize on a big opportunity with runners at first and second and 1 away. They get back-to-back strikeouts as Spencer Marin has now punched out 11. For Roseburg, no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 2 men left on base. We're through 5.5. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Indians still trying to hang on in a 2-0 deficit here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google-certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Jake Johnson still throwing for Roseburg as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Today's game is brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. And we want to say thank you to our pregame show sponsor, Roseburg Disposal. Appreciate their sponsorship throughout this season. Johnson will try to keep it a 2-run deficit as we start the 6th inning. The winner of this one moving on to the second round coming up on Wednesday. They'll face the winner of Century and Tualatin. That game being played at Tualatin, who Central Catholic just beat on Wednesday in an endowment game last week. It'll start off with Andrew Krall, the right fielder for Central Catholic. First pitch, check swing, fouled away for strike 1. Krall, Dunn, and McKee. 3 hitters due up here in the 6th. Jake Johnson trying to get through this one and keep Roseburg within striking distance as a pitch low and outside. 1-1 count, bounces away from Burke. Roseburg facing Central Catholic for the 3rd time in the playoffs since 2011. And they have not gotten a win against Central Catholic in the playoffs during that time. That ball belted to center field. Long run on the run. That's over the head of St. Clair. Goes all the way to the wall. St. Clair will send it back in. A stand-up leadoff double for Andrew Kroll. Has his second hit of the game. That'll be the second double in the ball game for this Central Catholic team that hits the ball pretty well. That'll also be the sixth hit in the game for Central Catholic.
Catcher, number 10,
That'll bring up Gavin Dunn, who's 0 for 2 in this one. Batting with nobody out, and a man at second base. Breaking ball from Johnson stays elevated. For Roseburg, no runs, 2 hits, 2 errors. Central Catholic, 2 runs on 6 hits, no errors in the game so far for the Rams. Johnson's 1-0 pitch. That ball is sent towards center. Calling for it will be St. Clair. It's not very deep, so the runner at second will not look to advance. 1 away. That's a helpful out for the Indians off the bat of Gavin Dunn, who's now 0 for 3. 1 away. It'll bring up Lance McKee, who had the double back in the second, scored the first run of the game.
Number 13, Lance McKee.
McKee grounded out to second, his second time up. First pitch, called strike 1. For Roseburg in the 7th inning, they'll have Johnson, Harrison, and Hartzell due up, trying to keep their season alive. They'll need at least 2 to keep this game going. Check swing, called strike 2. Didn't matter there on the offering to McKee. And McKee, the left fielder, and an 0-2 hole against Johnson. He gets around on one, high in the air, out towards right field. On the run, Brevin Harrison will track that ball down just at the foul line. Tagging and heading for third will go Kroll. Long run, but a good play there made by Harrison. That ball, I think, would have been a fair ball if it had come down. So nice job by Harrison to get there in time for the second out. Tagging and moving to third goes Kroll. Roseburg will need 1 more out to get out of things here in the bottom of the 6th. It'll be Tukey Captour who will bat. He's 0 for 2. Harrison was warming up in the bullpen in that last half inning with Roseburg batting, but he's still out in right field defensively. The Central Catholic team last year, when Roseburg beat them early in the season, they had a lot of youngsters that are still on this team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seniors listed on the roster this year for the Rams, but a lot of talent that'll still be back and available for them next year. Tukey Captour is at the plate, waiting to resume play after a quick note there from home plate umpire Chris Hansen. Andrew Mervin at first base, Eric Gorham at third, our crew here today. Runner at third, 2 away. Jake's first pitch low and outside. Captour in the ball game, struck out and flown out to center. Jake's 1-0 pitch, missing low again. 9-hitter Ryan Davis waits on deck. He had the RBI single in the second. Two-0 pitch. In for a strike, called on the outside edge. Two-one delivery for Jake Johnson. Oof. Not sure where that pitch missed. It looked pretty close there. 3 balls and a strike to the 8-hitter, the DH, Tukey Captour. The 3-1. Grounder back up the middle. Goes by a diving stop by Avery. Throw to first. In time. What a play by Brooks Avery to keep this ball game within reach for Roseburg. Avery with a diving stop up the middle, got to his feet, throws a rifle to first baseman Camden Hartzell, and that retires capture at first, and it will negate the possible run for Central Catholic. We go to the top of the 7th. Roseburg needs 2 to tie and keep this ball game going. Back after this 1-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The first Cascade branch opened in 1948. Things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Down to their final 3 outs of the season for Roseburg, looking to try and tie this one up if they can. They need 2 to keep it going against Central Catholic. Jake Johnson steps in to lead things off. He takes low for ball 1 from Spencer Marin. He will fire in a strike to even up at a 1-1 count. Deer style, efficiency, and performance. Glad we're on the same team this season and every season. Let's keep huddling up and going for it. Toyota, let's go places. 1-1 pitch. Jake fouls it off for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes here in the 7th. On the mound, Spencer Marin has struck out 11. He's allowed just 2 hits, didn't give up a hit until the 5th inning. Is 1-2 to Jake. High. Evens it up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Looking to try and close out a first-round victory for the first time since 2019 for the Rams. Pitch is high. Count goes full against Jake. Johnson has not pitched a bad game out there. Only a couple of strikeouts for him. But he's pitched around some trouble and been able to keep Roseburg in this one. Pops this one up, straight up in the air. It's going to go back behind home and out of play. It'll stay a full count. Roseburg just hasn't had solid contact really here today against Marin. Obviously, 11 strikeouts is not helping the cause. But even when they put it in play, there hasn't been a lot of hard-hit balls. Marin out of his windup. That ball is hit pretty well out towards left field. Diving attempt, and it's scooped up in left field on the 1 hop by McKee. It'll be a base knock for Jake Johnson to lead off the 7th inning. Runner on with nobody out for Roseburg. They've been able to get the leadoff man on base in each of the last 3 innings, but haven't been able to bring a run around. Johnson's going to stay on to run for himself at first. As the pitch comes in high, ball 1 to Brevin Harrison, who had the first hit of the game for Roseburg in the 5th inning, leading things off with a single back up the middle. This is the 3rd time through the lineup here for Roseburg. Strike taken by Harrison. 1-1 count. Nobody out, a man at first. Game tying run at the plate. Pickoff throw to first, not in time. Roseburg looking for a big comeback here in the 7th. The 1-1 missing high and away. Brevin Harrison flew out to the 3rd baseman in the 2nd. That was his first time up against Marin. He takes on the outside corner there for a 2-2 count. Jake Johnson, leadoff single to left field. At first, Harrison sends this one in the air, shallow left field. Calling for it will be McKee. He's got a beat on that one, reading it through this bright early evening sun here in Portland. The left fielder makes the catch, one away. Central Catholic needing 2 more to move on to the second round of the state playoffs. Facing either Tualatin. We're going to get Keegan Carpenter in here. Century or Tualatin waiting on the other side of the bracket for the winner of this one. Keegan Carpenter going to get a chance to bat for Camden Hartzell. That could mean Carpenter could come in defensively for Hartzell at first base if Roseburg can force the bottom of the 7th inning. Carpenter will take high and inside for ball 1. Two-0 count as another one misses there for Carpenter. One of the handful of seniors on the roster this year for Roseburg, Keegan Carpenter. Pinch hit appearance here. The 2-0 pitch down the middle for a strike. Two balls, one strike, one away with a runner at first base. Pickoff throw to first, not in time again. Pac-12 baseball tournament getting started tomorrow down in Scottsdale, Arizona. Ducks and Beavers will be playing on Wednesday. Their first games. We'll have coverage for you on the radio. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Carpenter finds himself with the 2-2 count. And catch the Beavers Wednesday morning at 9:30 here on The Score. 2-2 pitch high, sails in for Marin. He's got himself a full count against Keegan Carpenter with a man at first. If Carpenter can find his way on base, he would be the game-tying run. Full count pitch from Marin. High and inside, ball 4. That is the 3rd walk in the game for Spencer Marin. And Roseburg does have the game-tying run on base with just 1 out. Carpenter stays in to run at first. Johnson up to second. And it is Cash Richardson, the 3rd baseman. 0 for 2 in this one for Cash, looking to make contact, put the ball in play, and make something happen. Takes on the outside corner for strike 1. Roseburg down to their final 2 outs here on the season. Trying to pull off a big road upset against number 9 Central Catholic, but they trail by 2, needing a comeback here in the 7th. High and inside. Richardson backed up off the plate. 1-1 count for Spencer Marin, looking for a complete game shutout against Roseburg. The 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 2. Richardson now just looking to kind of shorten up the stroke and try and put it in play if he can. Chokes up on the bat. Grounds that one foul, 3rd base side. Well, North Medford on the brink as well. They trail by 4 against Clackamas in the bottom of the 7th down in Medford. 5-1 the score in that one. Clackamas closing in on a road upset against North Medford. 1-2 pitch here for Cash Richardson with 1 out and 2 on. Takes low and outside. That's a tough take there for the hitter. Works out in his favor as Marin missing. Some activity out in the bullpen for Central Catholic. A 2-2 pitch to Cash Richardson. Fouls off another one. Keeps the battle going. They got a right-hander out there throwing in the bullpen for the Rams. Right now a 2-2 pitch for Spencer Marin with Cash Richardson at the plate. Swing and a miss. Got him. Richardson will win the battle there. Marin, will win the battle against Richardson. 3rd strikeout for Cash. 12 in the ballgame for Spencer Marin. 2 down, and Caden Austin, I've said before, he comes up with some clutch hits at times. This would be a big moment. Austin is 1 for 2 in the game with a single his last time up, an infield single. Takes inside corner for strike 1. Roseburg down to their final out, trying to keep the season alive. Jake Johnson out at second. Keegan Carpenter at first is the game-tying run. Pitch misses high, a 1-1 count for Caden Austin. Here in the top of the 7th, 2 away from Walker Stadium in Portland. Central Catholic trying to wrap up a first-round victory. That ball, a line drive over the head of the shortstop. Johnson will come around to score. Carpenter heading for third. The throw comes in, and it is a 1-run ball game on a RBI single for Caden Austin. Oh, boy. Roseburg has a game-tying run 90 feet from home as Carpenter holds at third. The throw came in right behind him, but Roseburg gets on the board. 2-1 the score as Jake Johnson scores from second. The throw from left field. McKee got it to third base just behind Carpenter. If that throw gets by, Roseburg maybe ties this one up, but instead they've got runners on the corners and Heath King at the plate. King has struck out twice, but he could tie this one up as he takes the first pitch for strike one. Another thing, the ball's got to be tough behind the plate here for Gavin Dunn. Game tying run 90 feet from home. Swing and a miss for King, and he's down 0-2. The senior Heath King trying to be the hero for Roseburg. After an RBI single by Caden Austin, got Roseburg on the board. Austin takes off for second. They throw. Here comes Carpenter to the plate. The throw, not in time. Roseburg ties it up. We've got a tie ball game. Central Catholic thought they had won that one, but no. A double steal, and Roseburg ties it up in the top of the 7th inning. The tag was on the feet of Keegan Carpenter as he slid in, and Central Catholic can't believe it. We're tied at 2. I can't believe it myself. Keegan Carpenter with the stolen base to tie this one up after Caden Austin draws the throw to second as he walked off at first. We're tied at 2. Go-ahead runner is at second base. Spencer Marin delivers high to Heath King. And suddenly some life out of the dugout for Roseburg. The Indians will force the bottom of the 7th with 2 here in the top. Looking to add more. Heath King takes strike 3. And we'll go to the bottom of the 7th inning with this game tied at 2. What a ball game we've been treated to here today. 13 strikeouts for Spencer Marin, but Roseburg gets 2 runs in on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Let's see how this one plays out. We'll come back after a 1-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 7th. Would be lying to you if I said I expected this to happen. Roseburg was down to their final out. A double steal with runners at first and third, and Keegan Carpenter comes in just ahead of the tag to tie this one up and send us to the 7th. Jake Johnson will move to third base after pitching 6 innings. He worked around a total of 6 hits in this one, gave up the 2 runs. He walked 2. Struck out 2, and he will head to third base defensively. And Brevin Harrison will take over on the mound. Harrison comes in from right field. Dane St. Clair moves to right. Heath King moves to center. Riley Cheney comes into the game and takes over defensively in left field. So Harrison will face the 9-1-2 hitters, trying to keep this game tied. First pitch swinging, a ground ball to Jake Johnson, has time, throws it over to Hartzell for the first out to get Ryan Davis. One away, and the top of the order, Cam Ames will come up to bat. Roseburg scoring 2 in the top of the 7th on 2 hits. And they look to try and build off of that momentum. We do know now that North Medford's been knocked out of the playoffs. Clackamas gets the 5-1 win on the road in the first round. Cam Ames is 0 for 3 in the ball game. He'll hit one out towards right field, but Dane St. Clair squats as he makes the catch. 2 down. First pitch swinging there for Ames. And Brevin Harrison has been efficient so far. Aiden Rice will stand in, 0 for 2 in the game with a walk his last time up against Jake Johnson, who finishes with a no decision here today. First pitch bounces in front of the plate for Brevin. A 1-0 count, and this will be the longest at-bat of the inning for Central Catholic, as Aiden Rice will see at least 2 pitches. A whole new ball game here. 2 down, nobody on. Harrison trying to keep Roseburg in this one. It gets a strike on the outside corner. For Roseburg in the 8th inning, if they can get it there, they'll have the top of their order coming up to bat. 1-1 pitch from Harrison. Ground ball up the middle. It's picked up by Austin. He'll throw it to first, but he won't get it there in time. Smartly, Hartzell comes off the bag. Avery cutting in front of Caden Austin, the second baseman, to try and cut that one off. His momentum would have taken him towards first, better for the throw. But it got by Avery. Austin backing it up, made the play up the middle, but his throw wasn't going to be there in time, and it was a little offline as well. So a runner at first. That's the game-winning run for Central Catholic. The 3-hitter, Cade Galen, will bat. He is 1 for 1 in the game. The lefty pitch in the dirt, off the bag at first, back to it. Will go Aiden Rice. That ball bounced in and behind the plate. Paxton Burke did everything he could to make sure that ball didn't get by him. I think it came up and caught him on the legs, the inner thigh, somewhere in that range as he came up to try and make sure that ball didn't get by. Doing a good job playing backstop. So that single by Aiden Rice, his first hit on the day, 7th hit of the day for Central Catholic. Cade Galen is up to bat. He had a single in the first inning, a walk in the 3rd, and a sac fly in the 5th. Round of applause for Paxton Burke as he will set up back behind home. A 1-0 count. Brevin Harrison has pitched in some big innings for Roseburg this season. Gets a strike there, a 1-1 count. He's had a couple of complete game victories that have gone into extra innings for himself. He pitched a 9-inning game at South Medford, had an 8-inning game too. As a runner going, ball slapped down the left side, out of play for strike 2 for Galen. And back to first base will go Rice. Aiden Rice, the University of Portland commit. A couple of guys on this team. In fact, his teammate at the plate right now, Cade Galen, also committed to the University of Portland. 1-2 count with 2 down. Runner going again. The ball gets away from Burke. And so a stolen base and a 2-2 count at the plate for Cade Galen. The game-winning run now in scoring position. Roseburg needs one more out here to finish things off and send us to extras in this first-round playoff matchup. Live video stream is brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. We appreciate their sponsorship of Roseburg Sports on our online stream. 2-2 pitch, outside. Waiting on deck will be the cleanup hitter Wyatt Brown, looking for a chance. Full count delivery here for Harrison, the senior right-hander. Kicks and fires. That ball lifted left side. On the run, Riley Cheney will not get to it. That ball's fair. Here comes Central Catholic for the win. That ball is out there in the sun field. I can't see it from where I'm at, and Roseburg's out there. They can't believe that ball was called fair. fair ball in the left corner is going to end this one. Cheney's out there saying, how is this a fair ball? Roseburg standing around a little dumbfounded on this one. Central Catholic is celebrating out in center field. Coach Thompson's out of the dugout wanting to maybe get a chance to talk with the officials. I don't know if he's going to get that opportunity. Roseburg's players on the left field side, Cheney and Jake Johnson, trying to make a case. Coach Thompson still looking for an explanation, but I don't feel as if this game's going to get overturned here. Roseburg, a 3-2. Thompson with a look down that left field line. I blinded in that corner, can't see it down there. I can't give you a read on it. And Roseburg's going to lose 3-2 as a walk-off victory for Central Catholic on that'll be a single down the left field line for Cade Galen. His second RBI of the game is the game winner. And he lands that one just down the line in left field, scoring Aiden Rice from second, and it's heartbreak for Roseburg as this one comes to an end. So that is how this one's going to end. A little bit of controversy, and the replay is not, unfortunately, the camera doesn't have that wide angle of a lens, and I don't think it would be, it's so bright out there, I don't think the camera's going to know exactly what happened there either. Game winner for Cade Galen. Tough break there for Roseburg. They fought to get themselves back into that one, but they don't get the call on a ball down the left field line. Riley Cheney out in left field had the best look at it, and unfortunately this one is soured for Roseburg here at Walker Stadium. Scoring the game-winning run is Aiden Rice. 3-2 your final score. The Rams survive and will move on to face either Century or Tualatin in the next round. Whew. That is brutal. After the highs of the top of the seventh, Central Catholic wins it there in the bottom of the seventh. What a ball game, though. Great first-round matchup. Unfortunately, it goes opposite direction for the Roseburg Indians here today, and I feel like they just seem like a stunned program out there in right field. They battled their way back. It was a tough one today for Roseburg. We'll recap it for you when we come back, but a tough one out there today for Roseburg. They did what they needed to, though, in the seventh inning to give themselves a chance, and unfortunately, the ball doesn't bounce their way on that final play down the left field side. We'll take a timeout and come back with the postgame show for you here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google-certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Remember the good old days? When you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller. When businesses were local and gave back to the community. At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County. And making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
Well, that was certainly a heck of a ball game out there, and the Roseburg Indians continue to look like a program that just can't quite believe this one has come to an end. Final score, 3-2, Central Catholic in front of Roseburg. 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors, and 4 men left on base for the Indians. 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and 7 men left on for Central Catholic. The Rams will improve to 18-9 on the year and will move on to the second round of the state playoffs for the first time since 2019. Roseburg will finish out the season 14-13, and they will fail to get out of the first round. And, boy, a tough one there for the Indians. Getting the win will be Spencer Marin. He pitches 7 innings, gives up 2 runs on 4 hits, 3 walks, 13 strikeouts. And Brevin Harrison will take the loss, pitching 2/3 of an inning, gave up 1 run on 2 hits. No walks, no strikeouts. The last hit was a controversial one down that left field line that, according to Roseburg's players, they thought it was foul down the left field line by maybe just a little bit. It sounds like it was close no matter what, but down that left field side, and it lands fair according to the home plate umpire. And that brings in Aiden Rice for the game winner in the bottom of the 7th. A walk-off victory for Central Catholic. They move on to face the winner of Century and Tualatin in the second round of the state playoffs coming up on Wednesday. Unfortunately, the season will come to an end for Roseburg here at Walker Stadium in Portland. We'll commiserate a little bit more about that here as we go along with the postgame show, but taking a look at how the game played out. A run in the second inning gave Central Catholic a 1-0 lead. A 1-out double by Lance McKee got a man into scoring position. A 2-out single by Ryan Davis gave Central Catholic a 1-0 lead. They would add a run in the 5th inning on a sac fly by Cade Galen, and that would make it 2-0. Roseburg was held hitless through the first 4 innings, didn't get a hit until the 5th. They didn't get a run until the 7th. They were down to their final out. Caden Austin came through with an RBI single to plate 1 run, got Keegan Carpenter to third base, and with runners at first and third, Austin just takes off from first. They get Marin to step off the mound, throw to second base. Carpenter breaks from third for home. The throw to the plate was just a little late as Carpenter would slide in ahead of the tag to tie the ball game up with 2 outs in the 7th inning. That forced us to the bottom of the 7th. Brevin Harrison came in, got the first 2 outs quickly, gave up a single up the middle, an infield single for Aiden Rice. He would steal second to get into scoring position, and he scores on the single that landed fair by inches down the left field line on the off the bat of Cade Galen, who finishes 2 for 2 in the game with 2 RBI. Big day there for the number 3 hitter in the lineup for Central Catholic, and that is how this one played out here today. Marin gets the win. Again, 7 innings work, gave up the 2 runs on 4 hits. Roseburg gets all 4 of their hits in the 5th, 6th, and 7th innings. As for Jake Johnson, he had the start. He gave up 2 runs on 6 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Brevin Harrison takes a loss in relief. He gives up just 1 run on 2 hits in 2/3 of an inning. Unfortunate loss there for Brevin to finish out the season. And unfortunate for Roseburg to finish out the year that way. Thought they had a chance to try and force it into extras, but by a matter of inches, they just couldn't quite keep that game going. Taking a look at some of the offensive numbers for Roseburg, just 4 hits to go around. Brooks Avery had 2 walks in the game. Jake Johnson was 1 for 3 with a single in the 7th inning. Big there as he would score the first run for Roseburg. Brevin Harrison 1 for 3 with a single. Keegan Carpenter in his 1 at-bat, he got on with a walk as he would get on with a 1-out walk and eventually would score the game-tying run on a stolen base. Caden Austin was 2 for 3 in the game. With 2 pair of singles, he had an RBI in there as well. On the other side for Central Catholic, Aiden Rice 1 for 3 with a single, a run scored, and a walk. Cam Ames got on with an error and scored a run. Cade Galen was 2 for 2 with a walk and a sac fly. He drove in 2. Wyatt Brown 1 for 3. Andrew Kroll was 2 for 3 with a single and a double. Lance McKee had a double in his first at-bat, goes 1 for 3. And Ryan Davis was 1 for 3 in the ballgame with an RBI single. Well, tough break there for Roseburg as their season will come to an end in a bit of a heartbreaking fashion. Either way, the way that game had played out, either team was going to have this one end in heartbreak here today. Second round continues on Wednesday for the Central Catholic Rams. So for Rams fans that might be tuned in to join us, look forward to that there coming up. Want to say a thank you and a great season to 6 seniors that will be graduating for Roseburg this year. Brooks Avery plans to continue playing baseball at Lynn Benton Community College next year. Keegan Carpenter, who's headed to UCC in the fall, considering law school. Brevin Harrison, who is hoping to play some baseball in college somewhere if he gets the opportunity, and also looking to major in civil engineering. Camden Hartzell, hoping to play baseball in college and looking to major in business administration. Heath King, planning to attend Chemeketa Community College to play soccer. And Brayton Loomis, who has committed to join the U.S. Marine Corps after graduating here soon from Roseburg High School. Thank you to those seniors on a great season, a lot of fun, and a chance to get to know them just a little bit here in 2024. It's tough to see a season end. It's never an easy one, but man, it was a fun ball game. Unfortunately, just didn't finish in a fun manner for the Roseburg Indians. They will see their season come to an end with a 3-2 loss here on the road against Central Catholic. The Rams moving on to the second round on Wednesday. That is going to pretty much wrap it up here for us, folks. Not much more to say other than that. And with Roseburg softball losing, not exactly sure what our postseason plans are going to turn to now. We were hoping that if it didn't work out for Roseburg, that we'd be able to cover the Roseburg softball team in the second round, but their season came to an end with a 4-2 loss. So we might look to some of our small schools in the area, South Umpqua, Douglas, Umpqua Valley Christian, or maybe some of the softball teams. We'll see. We'll take a look and see what things are looking like after today's playoff action. Looks like South Umpqua, in softball, Umpqua Valley Christian winning 15-4 in 5 innings in the 2A softball championships bracket there. So congratulations to the Monarchs getting a softball playoff victory. But we'll take a look at the schedule and see what's available to us, and maybe pick up some of our smaller classification schools in the area coming up on Wednesday in the state playoffs. So we'll see what's available to us out there coming up. But for Roseburg High Sports, looks like that'll be the end of our broadcast season for Roseburg High Sports. They do have Roseburg Boys Lacrosse on the road against Wilsonville on Wednesday in the Cascade Cup playoff. And Roseburg Tennis, they've got the doubles team of Cameron Watman and Addison Roberts. They made it into the state tournament, which will get started on Thursday in Beaverton. Good luck to the lacrosse team as well as to the tennis players, as they will be the ones wrapping up our Roseburg sports season here this week. Always tough to see another school year come to a close, but that is the way it works each and every year. Want to say thanks to all of those seniors, to the coaching staff, Coach Thompson, Coach Sester, Coach Mandera, who've been with us. Today we've got all of the coaches, Coach O'Byrne out there, as well as Fullerton, and the other yeah, I'm gonna get hell for this one. There's the freshman coach out there that I don't have it written down, and I can never remember the name. I apologize. But all the coaches here, I appreciate all of them being so gracious with their time and their accessibility of the program. Heartbreaker for them out there as well as the players here today. Want to say thanks to all the guys that helped make this one work back in the studio. Brenton Cranford running things for me here today. You've got Braden Studebaker and Connor McLean all helping out running the radio side of our production here today. And as always, thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for today's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran. It has been an honor and a pleasure to bring you another season of Roseburg High baseball here on The Score, and bring you another season of Roseburg sports here on The Score this year. I believe this is possibly my 13th year doing Roseburg baseball here on The Score, and now over a decade of doing Roseburg High sports for you here on the radio as well as on our video stream. It has been an absolute honor and a pleasure to be able to do so, and I appreciate everybody that gives me the support and the kind words, and very happy that we get the chance to do this on a regular basis for you. We will hopefully have some more high school playoff action coming up for you, whether baseball or softball here the rest of the week. We will get our game plan together tomorrow and let you know. But if we don't, or whatever is coming up, we do have Doc Stewart's baseball. We're going to have that for you. American Legion baseball getting started in early June coming up for you here on The Score and on our video stream. So make sure you stay tuned for American Legion baseball over the summer. That is always such a fun season. It's a sprint. It's not a marathon. It is a sprint, but we look forward to doing it. All right, folks, that's going to do it for us here from Walker Stadium as we wrap up the Roseburg baseball season. Unfortunately, unlucky to finish it out. A 3-2 loss against Central Catholic to end the year. It's been a fun one, and we'll do it again next season. For everybody at The Score, I'm Joey Kieran. We'll talk to you next year here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.